Who's next? Well, you might know him because if it has to do with the Phoenix Suns, he's going to make a video about it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's Suns Geek, man. How you doing?
Man?
Fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Good, dude.
Awesome. I'm glad you came on, man.
Of course, man. Just
you look like you're on Mars right now in the sun. You look awesome. Fucking
Thanks,
just
man.
Yeah, blazing over there.
Look at this background he's got going on, man.
Oh yeah, that's why.
That is
little spoiler alert. This actually might be changed up soon. So,
what? Really?
Yeah.
Can I have all your old stuff?
He's giving up on being a Suns fan.
Look at my stuff. I'm all bare bones.
I'll send you some stuff, Matt, so you can have an epic setup like me.
I appreciate
what Suns Geek is going to do is he's giving up on the Suns. He's going to put up a bunch of like fucking Chicago bullshit
Batman
or something.
Yeah.
Batman
One year
shit.
they actually win a championship, changes his team. The
Like,
Suns are coming back, right?
Bulls Geek. All right, well let's go ahead and spin the wheel world.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Give a little spinsky. What
Do
kind
the
of
drop
question?
every time before you do the wheel.
I should, but it's like 25 seconds long. It'd be the entire thing. All right. Ooh, this is a fun one. Who is the MVP for the Bahamas?
Oh, man. Shameless plug here, gentlemen. I just got done making a video about this, but you know what? I'm going to say it was Eric Gordon, man.
Okay.
And I know that might be a little easy to say because of the scoring average, but it was just really a lot of what he did because he did more than just score. I mean, he got to the free throw line a lot. He was really aggressive getting to the basket, you know, rebounds, assists, all that stuff. I mean, but again, like I really want to throw DeAndre Ayton in there too. I know that's probably like the easy answer to say, but like I'm going to give it to Eric Gordon, man, because the FIBA website wrote about this and I talked about it in my video. They do not win that game without Eric Gordon. Plain and simple. And it wasn't even just that shot that he hit late in the game. It was just him carrying the team pretty much the whole, 4 games and everything. So I'm going to give it to Eric Gordon.
Matthew, what about you?
You know what? The only highlights I've seen, because I haven't watched an actual game, was DeAndre Ayton, and it was Eric Gordon. I also know that Buddy Hield was on the team, but the guy that hit the big shot last game, went 6 for 7 from 3, was Eric Gordon. So I'll give it to him. I think DA was consistent for the most part, really talking to his team a lot. But stats-wise, obviously, he had 12 points, 17 rebounds last game. I think Eric Gordon was the most consistent, but I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I think, both have valid points. And I will say this. The fact that the Bahamas went in there and won that tournament, they beat Argentina twice in 1 week. That's the number 4 overall ranked team in FIBA in the world. They beat them twice in 1 week. And the first game was a game where they were down and then they fought back and then they ended up winning kind of big. And this last one was a back and forth slugfest. Now, in both games, DA didn't have the greatest game offensively, but he owned the defensive side. 10 points, 21 rebounds in the clinching game. If you look at DA overall in the tournament, I believe he averaged 15.5 points and 13.8 rebounds. Mm-hmm. You give me DA with 15.5 and 13.8 on this Suns team this season, we're winning the fucking title. That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay. Now, that being said, I agree with both you. If you were to ask me what the MVP is in this, and again, it's a subjective question because valuable is subjective. You can't just go, well, he has the best stats and that's it. Eric Gordon is the game changer in this. Eric Gordon joined this team, and in the fact that he joined Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton, he's what put this team over the top. He went 6 of 7 from beyond the arc in the game against Argentina. He scored massive 3-pointers in the last 2 minutes. They're down 2. He hits a 3, puts them up by 1. Next possession, they're up 1. He hits a 3 to put them up 4. And then he has a steal on one of the last possessions that ultimately seals the game and averaged 20, the most points on the team with 20, I think it was 20.8, something like that. And he shot 65% from beyond the arc. So in my opinion, not only was he the MVP of this tournament, it was a good reminder that this guy should be closing out games for the Phoenix Suns when the season starts because he's got the killer mentality. He's got the ability to hit the big shots. His range is fucking ridiculous. Like, I can't wait to see him in the Suns uniform, man. And that's what I took. Again, not to take anything away from what DeAndre Ayton did in this tournament. I loved who DA was in this tournament, but I think Eric Gordon was the MVP.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think Eric Gordon's a little more motivated now. I think they're all going to be like all these guys that are playing this tournament, Team USA and all that. I think they're all going to be super motivated. Like Eric Gordon coming to a true contender for the first time in years and all that. And just having a new coach, a new system, building the chemistry with DA on and off the court. I think Eric Gordon's going to be huge for us, whether he's starting, whether he's coming off the bench and everything. It's going to be so exciting, man. That was another thing I talked about too, is I really hope that like Eric Gordon and DA's chemistry that they've built during this tournament carries over to the season, because we all know DA needs as much of that as he can get.
Yeah, 100%. A little bit of comfortability, right? With him coming over. I that's so weird how that worked out. And how they actually did take on Argentina and finish it out in 2 games. Like, that's huge. I think that we, especially not having any players on the U.S. team,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, you have Mikal and Cameron Johnson over there, but you have these guys at the Bahamas that are just getting it done. It's just as good.
Yep.
Oh, that was fun to watch. That was fun to watch basketball. All right, we got one more question for Suns Geek, then we're going to Sir Hamo, and then we got Iverson up next. So again, everybody who's joining us, we truly appreciate it. Your support of the podcast, even during August, is appreciated and noted. All right, here we go. Who are you voting for next election? No, I'm just kidding. What were your thoughts on Bradley Beal before he joined the Phoenix Suns? Now, this is kind of a fun topic because obviously Bradley Beal coming to the Phoenix Suns is something that we covered alongside you, Suns Geek. When the news was breaking, we were simultaneously streaming on your channel, on our channel, and we appreciate you hanging out as we just navigated what that was like on that Father's Day, that all of a sudden this little micro rumor that Bradley Beal could be coming to the Phoenix Suns turned into Bradley Beal's on the Phoenix Suns. But one question that we never truly explored was, what were your thoughts on Bradley Beal before he joined the Suns?
I absolutely love this question, because honestly, in terms of like, could Bradley Beal ever get traded to the Suns? I wasn't even thinking about it. But Bradley Beal's been a player I've always liked. We all know he's a dominant scorer, all-star and everything. And I know this might sound a little weird, and I'm not trying to disrespect Devin Booker here or anything, but he sort of was the Devin Booker-esque of the East a little bit. And I just felt like it was finally time. Like, finally, Bradley Beal is going to get traded. The Wizards are going to blow this up. And I spent so much time talking about the Wizards and how it's finally, they're finally doing it and why they should be rebuilding. But that was pretty much it. But again, like, I wasn't even thinking of Bradley Beal coming to the Phoenix Suns, and now it's a reality. It's happening, man.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, Beal was just like Booker too. He was struggling to get to the All-Star game, doing exactly what Booker was doing, and Booker still has that problem. But Beal was, if you chose between the two when they went head to head, Beal was always the better player. Now it's just kind of like, I don't know who is. I think Booker definitely might be a little notch above. Going into the season, we'll see. Yeah. I think Beal is who he is now, but Booker can also improve in different aspects of the game. I don't think Beal can, but we'll see, because now Beal's playing for an actual legit contender, and he's going to be surrounded by other all-stars, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to show himself. So he'll have to find his way. But also, I think Booker is a little bit better because he can facilitate and stuff, but so can also Bradley Beal. But back in the day, it was just like, Beal's just a shooter, right? Then he comes on the Suns, and you kind of just watch the highlights. You kind of get to know him more, because when he plays for the Wizards, it's like, who really watches his games? You look at his box score mostly. But now you kind of go back and look at his game, and it's just so much more there that you're more excited about going into this season. And where he fits, who knows? But it's a good problem to have.
Yep.
I was always a fan of Bradley Beal from afar. Again, Blaze Megatron, who joined us earlier, says it perfectly. Pretty simple, really. Great player stuck in a bad organization.
Preach.
And that's who he was. So now he's part of a great organization. We're going to really see what he has and how he can contribute to this team. So, Suns Geek, appreciate you coming on. Tell everyone where they can follow you and find your amazing content.
Yep. First off, guys, thank you so much for doing this. For all the JAMsters out there, I love you guys. You guys know I love being part of your show. Just search Suns Geek on YouTube or Twitter or TikTok or whatever popular app is going on nowadays. Just search Suns Geek and you'll find me. Love you guys. I hope we get to collaborate again soon.
Oh, we will.
Yeah. Yep. Enjoy the rest of the show, guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll do until you become Bulls Geek. Yep. We'll continue to collab. So appreciate you, Suns Geek. Take care, Brandon. Always great having our old buddy on. Always.